Hello, my fellow spazzes, and welcome back to another episode of LTA, a side series that I do on my main gaming channel that I post weekly. So, let's get into today's episode. And before I do that, actually, if you want to check out the previous episode where I talked about Battlefield 1, an annotation will be somewhere in this screen area, you know what I mean. But today, in today's episode, we'll be talking about Battlefront 2. So, let's get into it. Now, when I say Battlefront 2, I don't mean like the one from like 2008 or whatever. I mean next year in 2017. So, like the new EA Star Wars Battlefront. That's what I mean. So, the game is expected to come out next year in 2017 and is going to be based around new films. So, like any of the new Star Wars films. So, like Rogue One. It's going to be based around like Rogue One and any other new ones that come out there. So, yeah, it's going to be based around there, and since EA has a 10-year contract with Disney, the game is going to be pretty much, based off new films, and it's going to be a lot of a bigger game because they're going to add in original trilogy stuff and stuff from the new film, so we should be expecting a bigger game. Also, there's news about DICE and Motive are going to be working together to make the game. So they should be able to add in new stuff, which also supports how we're going to probably be having a bigger game. So we should be able to get more content for what we pay and not really have to buy the season pass in order to experience the game in its whole. So that's good. Also, EA CFO, and I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, Blake Jorgensen. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. But during a call about Battlefront 2, he said that the worlds will be bigger and better and about the new films. So there's information on that, and it kind of like supports the whole claim that we're going to be getting a bigger and better game because the world's going to be bigger and better. So that's good to hear. Now I'm going to show you a part of a little teaser that EA has released about Battlefront 2 and other new games about Star Wars, but we're just going to focus on the part about Battlefront 2. So, anyways, this little part of the teaser kind of shows off some really early in-game works and in-game footage. So, yeah, I'm gonna show that off. So I'm gonna play that now.
The Star Wars universe is growing day by day with the comics, the films, the games, you name it. And to be a part of that and to work with Lucasfilm is incredibly exciting. So what we're really trying to do at EA is cater to different areas of the Star Wars universe and create different game experiences that are tailor-made for those fans.
With Star Wars Battlefront, we wanted to really be able to bring people into the world of Star Wars like never before. What excites me now is bringing in more characters, more planets, more environments, more eras. And that's why we're super happy to have both Motive Studios and Criterion contributing in a significant way.
There's no point in making something in the Star Wars IP if you're just going to do what's been done before, right? So it's a fantastic opportunity for Motive to really tell the world what we're about. And we're going to bring that to Battlefront, which is, it's crazy. It's incredible.
So the first thing I want to talk about in this teaser is that it looks like they're going to be putting original trilogy worlds alongside with new worlds from new films. So that would be really cool. You can go between new worlds from the new films and back to the original trilogy. So that would be really cool. So the next thing we'll talk about in the new teaser is that this lady here said that she was excited about new eras in the game. So that, it probably just means the new eras from new films, but it could also have a possibility that they're talking about eras like the Clone Wars. So there's a possibility that the Clone Wars will be making a comeback in next year's Battlefront, but I doubt it. I doubt that because, like, I'm pretty sure she's talking about new film eras, not like the Clone Wars. But there's always a possibility. So in this shot here, it looks as if this guy is working on a Death Star space map, which probably means that we're going to be seeing a comeback to space battles, which would be super epic, and I can't wait. Because if they do, it would be so awesome. Just to, like, see, like, like the old Battlefronts. It'd be kind of like a remastered version of, like, the old Battlefront, space battles. So that'd be super cool if they actually brought back space battles. But it's probably, I don't know, if they kind of stick to the whole ground thing, it'd probably just be more of, like, you're flying over the surface of the Death Star, and you can only fly over, like, a certain section of the surface of the Death Star. It's probably something like that. But, I don't know, maybe it'll be, like, a huge space battle. You have to, like, destroy the Death Star if you're the Rebels and, like, defend the Death Star if you're the Empire. But I don't know. So in the next shot, it looks like this guy here is working on Bosk. It looks like he's working on a new hero, probably that's going to go alongside with DLC 3 for last year's installment of Battlefront. So, yeah, this guy's working on Bosk, so that's super cool. So there's a possibility that in the new DLC 3 for last year's installment of Battlefront, that we'll be able to play as Bosk on the Empire side. And maybe he'll even get like his own ship for like a space battle kind of thing over the Death Star. But I don't know. So it looks like that guy's working on Bosk for DLC 3. So let's get on to the next thing. Okay, so still off topic from Battlefront 2, but I just want to briefly go over this next shot here. So it looks like this guy is playing some kind of Star Wars space game in VR, and he's flying in a freaking X-Wing and like looking around in VR in an X-Wing. So that freaking looks awesome. I just want to briefly go over that. Okay, so let's go on to the next thing. So in this next shot here, it looks like they're working on some animations for when you hop into an X-Wing. So I'm thinking of the possibility, like in last year's installment of Battlefront, it looked, you know, like how you would like pick up a token to get into an X-Wing or a TIE fighter. It would show you like kneel down, and like you'd be like calling in like an X-Wing, and like you'll transition into an X-Wing already flying in air. So maybe in next year's installment they'll have like vehicle spawns. So like a vehicle would spawn like in the original Battlefronts. So a vehicle would spawn, and when you get into one and play like this like cool animation that you would see like in third person or something. Like kind of like in Star Citizen, if you guys have seen that game, it's kind of like this huge game all revolved around space. Okay, never mind. Getting off topic again, but yeah. So it looks like there's like this cool little animation for you hop into an X-Wing in a vehicle spawn possibly. So yeah. Now that that's out of the way, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so in this last shot here that I'm gonna talk about, it looks like these guys are working on some concept art for like a new era for the new game. And you can easily tell because of like the new those Star Destroyers in the background. They definitely don't look like they're from the original trilogy. So that's pretty cool. Working on some concept art already for a new era. Alright, so let's go on to the next thing. Okay, one last little thing that I want to go over is that it's been confirmed by EA that they're going to be doing yearly releases after 2017 of Star Wars Battlefront, kind of like they do with like their all their sports games. So there's gonna be yearly releases of Battlefront. So we'll get yearly games, kind of like Call of Duty almost. Like they have like yearly games. Maybe they're trying to copy that, but they'll be having yearly games after the new one in 2017 comes out. So we'll have one in 2018, 2019, 2020, and then onward from there. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much all I want to talk about in this video. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this new episode of LTA. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want more content daily. This is Gaming Spaz signing out. See you in the next one.